Hey everyone, welcome back to another evening with SCNS Live.
Yep.
I'm your host this evening, Cora, but we have other much more important people here at the table. We have
Cat.
the ever modest Cat.
Very modest. Cass as well. The females are taking over.
Yes.
And behind the board we have the male
male.
character. The token male character
NPC
here.
Jason.
Jason, yeah.
Token male character.
Token male
Male character.
Well, I've got to change of pace anyway. I don't think I've ever been called the token male character. So.
Always the time to start.
Always. And we always need a token male character in these shows, don't you agree?
Indeed.
Well, we got a fun-filled evening for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about some con prep since con season has officially begun.
Yay.
Yes.
And actually, next week we have our first con here in Texas. That is the big major con. One of them. One of many.
I'd say one of the biggest in Dallas.
One of the biggest in Dallas.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the biggest for the
Oh,
genre.
Yeah.
In Dallas. I keep forgetting Texas is like the size of Europe, so...
Pretty much.
But let's kick it off tonight with some super cool nerd news. Who wants to start the news? We didn't think about that part.
No.
Start the news.
I can go ahead and start.
Yes.
All right. Sad news for all of you Donald Glover fans out there. FX has canceled his Deadpool series. Good news for all of you Donald Glover fans out there. He tweeted a script from the supposed Deadpool finale that seems to be a parody of his series being canceled, which I think is the most Donald Glover thing that I can think of.
So passive.
That is
It's
amazing.
so passive aggressive, and I love it so much. I am obviously horrified and very saddened that they canceled it because I was really, really looking forward to this. Yeah, very, very sad about that. Okay.
The first one I have is Ready Player One is coming out? Came out? Something?
Coming out tonight, I believe.
It's actually,
Yes.
it released last night. It was a Wednesday release.
Okay.
Okay. And it has gotten mostly positive reviews, but there is some backlash that's starting up, and it's kind of an interesting controversy in the post-Gamergate landscape of opinions, and whether it is too white, too male, too tokenist in its other characters and how it's developed, but mostly it's about entirely referential humor, and if that's a good thing, and if that kind of instigates a gatekeeping behavior for nerds, where we only want to talk to other nerds if they know enough about what we're talking about.
Yep.
And I think it's interesting, and how to protect nerd culture is a conversation I want to get started. Not tonight here, but in
It's a good
general.
conversation to have.
It is.
I actually had a discussion with someone that watches our show, and they messaged me over Instagram, and I had a discussion with them about this. And it's something that we do need to talk about. Actually.
Did you come down on the side of pro gatekeeping?
No, I came
No?
down on the side of I came up when it wasn't cool to be a nerd,
Yeah.
so we don't need to be pushing anybody away.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, it's everybody has their own way of expression, but I went through the days of somebody wanting to beat you up for being a nerd, and then you having to like drag them to a corner because they ripped up your X-Men #1 copy in front of you because that was the Magneto cover, and you had to. I'm sorry.
That was
I'm sorry.
tangential, very interesting.
I'm
That's good.
sorry.
Jason has issues.
Cora knows this story.
Yes, I
No,
do,
I have
and
issues. I had an issue and somebody tore it up.
I see what you did
Wordplay.
Oh, thank
And
you.
then-
Thank you.
Wordplay.
and then the rest of that year, that kid was just ridiculed.
I'll tell you after the show. Anyway, who's got the next news story?
I do. Well, good news for all you young adult novel fans out there like me. There is going to be a new movie from FX called The Darkest Minds, which is based off the novel by Alexandra Bracken. It's the first book in the series, so it'll be based on that, which is the best way to go with these. Because if you try to add more than one book into one movie, you get a cluster jam, basically.
Cluster jam.
Cluster jam. Microsoft would be proud of you. Which we'll get to in a minute.
You basically have these teenagers that have developed powers, and the government is trying to police them and like corral them and keep them under their control, and you have a group of 4 kids that break off from that and try to start a revolution. It's very, from what I've gathered since I have not read the book yet, it's very Runaways meets the Hunger Games is what it sounds like.
Ooh.
And I am,
Okay.
or the X-Men, and I'm like on board with this. So far we do have a pretty good cast list set since it does come out August 3rd of this year, but our main focus is, as far as names go, we have Amanda Steinberg as Ruby, who's the main character. We have Gwendolyn Christie as Lady Jane, and we have Mandy Moore as Kate.
Interesting.
Mandy Moore.
Really?
I thought she was busy. Isn't she doing this as a... Oh, it's a movie, though.
No, she's
Yeah,
not,
it's a movie.
Okay.
She's not as big as she was.
Yeah.
That's fair, but she's doing multiple things at once. Good for her.
In addition to that, this is also going to be directed by Jennifer Yu Nelson. If that name sounds familiar, she's the one that directed Kung Fu Panda and directed a couple of episodes of the Spawn animated series.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's what got you interested?
I love that Spawn animated series.
Okay.
If she directed it, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I broke a few records with Kung Fu Panda, if I'm not mistaken, for, like, I don't know, grossing movie directed by a woman or animated movie directed by a woman, something like that.
Are
we talking the HBO Spawn animated series? Well, of course, that's the one. Yeah, that's the only one. Duh.
This will be her live action directing debut, and I'm really excited to see what comes out of this. I watched the trailer this morning, and it's absolutely incredible. I'm excited for this.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm going to probably go pick up the book after I watch it, more than likely, because that's what happens.
I'm down. That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Right?
All right. Well, I got one, and it's Marvel related. Let me get my names down here. So after Marvel and Fox had a falling out over that horrible Fantastic Four movie, and Marvel said, "You're making a movie so bad, we have to kill these characters." Or just cancel the book, and they canceled Fantastic Four, and everybody went their separate ways. They're back. August 2018, we'll see the reunion, the return of Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. Nice epic cover of all of them walking out of whatever, like, because Reed went to go like fix the basically went to go fix the universe after Secret War. So everybody else has kind of been stuck around, binge with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and so. But finally, I guess the taint of the Marvel, the Fox. I'm sorry, I said Marvel. The Fox Fantastic Four movie. It smells a little worse, a little better now, and it's wafted away, and finally they can bring this book back from the dead, which is exactly what that movie smelled like. And thank you for being one of our most watched videos on our YouTube channel, our slaying of that movie, where we pretty much gutted it with a rusty fish scaler, as it deserved. But yes, the Fantastic Four are coming back, and I think that's a sign of maybe this is only a matter of time before we see them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Nice.
I'm waiting for that first mention of, hey, maybe we should go talk to this guy, Reed Richards. You know, he's pretty smart. So, waiting for that. So that's mine, guys.
Yeah. Note to self, Marvel, don't skimp on the wig budget.
Don't
skip
on the wig.
The wig budget?
The wig
And
budget.
Fantastic Four, the movie, like,
The
what's her
horrible
face?
Kate Mara's wig.
It was so bad.
Did you not notice that?
I don't notice things like wigs.
You should have had me in there to
Yeah.
criticize their green screening.
It's like the one time talking during a movie would have been
wigs.
totally acceptable.
No, we made a drinking game out of every time her hair switched from wig to real hair back to wig.
Oh
the
my
reshoots
God.
were really obvious, and it was
clearly.
so funny. Oh, it was so funny.
If it wasn't
That needs
such
to be
a
like a
bad
punishment
movie, like all around, it would have gotten very similar reviews to the Justice League mustache.
Yeah.
Like fiasco, but it just blended
man.
in with the rest of the horribleness. Unlike the wig, which didn't blend into anything.
Nothing.
And yes,
background.
chat room, it is chat room YouTube, it is Ladies Night, and also as a request, taint. Someone said say taint again.
Microsoft, careful.
What? That is a scientific name for a certain part of the body. That's medical.
That is not a science.
That
That's
is
not
medical. I will look it up right now.
Do
The
it.
definition of taint.
Do
It'll
it.
probably be Urban Dictionary. But
Do
anyway.
it. In
Moving on.
the meantime, speaking of Microsoft is looking to ban foul language from their platforms, including Xbox Live and Skype.
Oh, man.
And I quote, they are looking to ban nudity, pornography, bestiality, offensive language, graphic violence, and criminal activity. So here's my question. What does offensive mean? Offensive language. What does that mean? What are some things that we can't say that we used to be able to say on Xbox Live? Because I understand, especially Xbox, there is a lot of foul and offensive language in the gaming community. But Skype, that's personal. That's pretty private.
That seems a bit intrusive. Yeah.
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 No, that is intrusive. There's not a bit
That is
intrusive.
intrusive. That doesn't seem. That is intrusive. Mike Ybarra, who's the director of Xbox Live program, says that the policy itself is not actually changing. That this was already a policy, but they're looking to enforce it more. But that means looking into personal accounts, and I don't know what that looks like, but it makes me a little bit nervous. So we have an Xbox controller with us just to make sure that we don't have any foul or offensive language. Jason.
I do actually have a concern about this because when I was in the service, that was me and my wife's primary method of
That's
communicating.
what I was wondering about.
Yeah.
Long
And,
distance
you know,
relationships.
I was alone one time, and let's not get into all that. Anyway,
Careful, Carl. Microsoft is watching.
Well, they don't own Facebook yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
That
Although-
doesn't make it
Their-
better.
Their
Like,
stocks are pretty low right now, so
in fact, Microsoft could learn from Facebook how to monitor personal communication and invade our privacy.
And run
Is she
weird
wrong?
experiments on us.
Oh. Facebook is... Well, I probably can't say that on Facebook Live.
Probably don't say anything about Facebook Live.
Facebook Live is wonderful.
as our show cuts off all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think this Microsoft thing, it's gotta be just from the head nerds, you know?
I think it might be a direct response to XQC's streaming.
Yeah.
And Ninja. XQC used to be on the Dallas Fuel, part of Overwatch League. Eventually, basically, was kicked out of the league for things he said.
Including
a
offensive
spotlight
language.
to toxicity in gaming, and that's just skyrocketed in the last week with Ninja, over 1 million concurrent viewer streamer
it broke
on Twitch.
every record for Twitch's viewing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was streaming with Drake.
Uh-huh.
And then that record got broken a week later. But anyway, he let loose with an offensive word on a stream the other day. And so everyone's like hyper aware of it. Twitch is banning emotes. Like, it's
To
crazy.
to his credit, his apology was it when you listen to it, because I like Ninja, and I went and listened to what he said, and as a person who may take offense to that word, he got tongue tied. It was understandable, and even if he did do it, his apology was actually very well done. So I'm going to give him some credit. He gave a very good apology. Actually heard it today before we went live, and it's going to be that Family Guy thing. He's got a black friend. Everybody gets one.
I mean, that's kind of like, I was willing to cut him some slack. I don't feel like it's my decision to make, but I was willing to cut him some slack. He's a very positive person, generally speaking.
He's actually a good representation of
Yeah.
the Twitch streaming community. So I don't think he meant it intentionally. He was singing a song that did not have that word in it either. He was
Yeah.
singing a Logic song. And it just seems like he got tongue-tied. And actually, looking at it, it looks like he was quite embarrassed when he... Like, did I just say that? And just kind of just passed it over? But he addressed it later.
I mean, streaming at the rate that he does, like how frequently he streams, means that he doesn't have a big separation between his public and private life anymore. And while that, like, one black friend isn't an excuse, Drake is a very public figure, and he knows, I feel like, who he could endorse by hanging out with them socially. And if he kind of signed off on this kid a little bit, then I'm ready to call it a mistake and be like, maybe you should look at some behavior and don't do it again.
Yeah. Because Microsoft is watching you.
And Facebook.
And
I
Facebook.
actually have the quote, because I do think it was... I just wanted to look it up real quick, because He said, while I'm confident that most of this is a misunderstanding, I recognize that it is my responsibility to never let there be this kind of misunderstanding. More than anything, I hate that any of my friends, fans, or viewers might have felt disrespected. It is my job, and hopefully I'm usually good at it, to make everyone feel welcome, valued, and safe to be themselves. So I apologize to anyone who might have felt hurt, because I never want that. It's my stream, and it's on me to make that right. The best way I can explain this is I promise that I understand how much pain that word causes. Even if it gets used a lot in music and elsewhere, it is a word historically used to divide people, and I'm about bringing people together. I promise there was no malintent. I wasn't even trying to say the word. I fumbled lyrics and got tongue-tied in the worst possible way. But again, I apologize for offending anyone and appreciate you all for rocking with me.
Wow, he hired a PR agent, but also it's a very
That was a good one.
That's more
Yeah.
sincere
That's a good
than the
apology.
entirety of Hollywood with the Me Too movement.
It's like, oh yeah, this is probably important.
But I think he handled it well, and you know, I'm going to. Hey, you made a mistake. I don't think Ninja meant this to be malicious in any way.
I don't either, but I think that Microsoft has used events like this to become a catalyst to be like, nothing ever, we're going to take it over from here. And it's like, well, you can't actually do that.
Some of these things are pretty private.
It's pretty impractical and very dangerous.
But I'm
Yeah.
glad you brought it up, though, because that after coming off such a successful stream, then he has this happen.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he handled himself so well in front of like the condescending reporter and the whole nine, and then this came out.
Yeah, so I like him as a representative of this community.
We'll post something about this whole thing to give it some context, yes, the story, so that people know what
Yeah.
happened on
Right.
Facebook
Yeah.
shortly.
So, moving back to
Moving on.
We got off. Who's got the next one?
Oh, I've got the next one. The Overwatch Payload Tour.
What?
Anyone who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with Overwatch. We are actually working on some cosplays here at SCNS Live for the next con.
Pretty much all of us.
Yeah.
What cosplays, Kat?
Well, you're going to be Roadhog. Surprise! Anyway.
In a week and a half.
Yeah. There are voice actors from Overwatch coming to Fan Expo. We're really excited about it. Aww. I got distracted. Jason showed me a toy. Anyway.
It's not a toy, it's a prop. It was a toy until it got turned into a prop. Anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead.
What's the differentiation? Anyway,
I'll do it when it's
they
my turn.
announced something yesterday called the Payload Tour, starting at PAX East on April 5th and 6th.
Ooh.
They're rolling out a one-of-a-kind photo experience where they show up at cons and they let you take a picture, a 360-degree panoramic photo, like that places you inside some of their maps. And if you're not a cosplayer, they're still going to have props, not toys, props
Thank you.
from their game with some of the characters' weapons and stuff. So you can see your character or a character you love inside a map, and they're going to be touring. They're going to be at E3, Anime Expo, San Diego, New York, Dragon Con, etc. I think it's really exciting just for gaming companies kind of taking their show on the road as far as highlighting cosplayers and doing cool things. So
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Me too.
That's
That actually
awesome.
sounds really cool.
I would love to have our characters, put in a map. Because I'm not just doing Junkrat.
I'm doing Junkrat.
Junkrat over here.
He's doing
Roadhog and
McCree.
Junkrat. Yep.
I need to get
We're going to be buddies.
Yay.
Except
Yay.
Junkrat and McCree.
Except
not so much
Not
buddies.
as much, no.
Nah, I'll just shoot him.
You flashbang me, I will get you with my passive grenades.
Like, I have the grenade props, I'm just waiting to, like, throw them. Like, stun grenade! And just hear someone bounce off someone's head.
I saw health pack plushies. And all I want to do is run around and just...
Oh, God, yeah, I need one of those.
Or the Anna grenades, like make sugar
Yeah.
glass that you could just throw on the ground and scatter. That would be awesome.
All right, who's got the next news story? Come on.
All right, I got the next one here. It's not a big one, but if you are a friend, a friend?
A friend.
A friend.
A friend.
If you are a friend and are a fan of the Adventure Zone, then their mini arcs are finished now, and they are going to be starting their second season starting in April with Amnesty. They're going to continue the Amnesty storyline that they did as the mini arc, which both kind of excited and kind of not. Like, it wasn't my favorite arc. It was one that I really liked, but I really liked Dusk more. That's just me, though. But all of them were really good. It'll be really interesting to see how that story develops. They have already stated that they will be doing more things with commitment and with Dusk later. So possibly seasons 3 and 4. We don't know. I mean, Balance lasted for a couple of years, so who knows what will change in the next couple of years. But I'm really excited, especially because they are also coming to Dallas next month as well, right after the premiere of Amnesty.
It's not Dusk, but it's still exciting.
Dust. That's right. It was Dust. It was Dust. It was Dust. I fucked that up. I'm sorry.
Microsoft. Microsoft's gonna come get you.
A drone. Soon a drone will appear and I'll just disappear.
That is their MO.
Yeah.
Disappearing.
Shady.
Have we already got... Oh, I'm up. Okay.
Now it's you.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, so I'm making my image
Do
now.
the nose,
So,
Jason.
an interesting thing happened. Metacritic posted the cast for Infinity War. And there was a little add-in in
Was
there. Casting an actor named Chris
Kurt.
Clendenin.
Kurt.
Oh, Kurt Clendenin. Sorry, I just brought it up. Anyway, Kurt Clendenin, and it said he was going to be playing the Silver Surfer.
What?
That's weird.
That is damned strange.
Hey.
So,
Microsoft.
damned is not bad. Come on.
We don't know what
damned is
Microsoft
not
thinks
bad.
is bad.
So, a couple people on Twitter asked him, hey, have you played any silver-colored characters that might ride a surfboard through the stars? And he made a quote from Silver Surfer that we saw when he first appeared. Never in this lifetime have I ever found something worth fighting for, but now is that time. And he is not doing anything to deny it, which today he changed the image on his Twitter to an image of the Silver Surfer. And he's been throwing little quotes from Silver Surfer comics. He even put a brief intro for the Silver Surfer old cartoon that ran just in there at random. So I ask you guys, is Silver Surfer in this damn movie? Because that is how the Infinity Gauntlet actually starts in the Marvel Comics. The Silver Surfer crashes through and he says, Thanos is coming. And we did see a scene where Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict Cumberbatch and the guy that plays Wong, where it looks like something has crashed through their window and they're looking up. Mm-hmm. So is this like the ultimate swerve? Have they finally put the Fantastic Four, because he was licensed to them, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Metacritic has not taken this down. Metacritic is a very serious site. They're not going to put up some crap that's phony. So I ask you, are we being swerved here, or is the Silver Surfer in Infinity War?
That would be awesome if he was like the Paul Revere, just riding through, like, hey, look out, this is coming, and
Thanos
Thanos
is coming.
That's basically how Infinity Gauntlet starts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody's confirming anything. Marvel is
One
not
if by
saying
land,
a
two
word.
if by sea.
And
Except he didn't say the British.
Kurt just keeps posting other stuff for Infinity, for other Silver Surfer quotes. So,
Love it.
like, what's going on here? I don't know.
If this is a swerve, I'm gonna be upset.
Do you don't like Silver Surfer?
No, I'm saying, like, if it's like a, you thought, but he's not.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to
okay.
be upset because Fantastic Four has never really been one of my favorite Marvel properties. It's the one I know the least about.
Yeah.
But from what I know of the Silver Surfer, I really like him, and I like just the fact that his whole character design is, I'm silver.
It's funny because our old intro for the show, like, there's a line where I say, Silver Surfer sucks. And honestly, hold up, after Mike Allred started writing Silver Surfer, I liked Silver Surfer. But then again, I like Mike Allred. He wrote Madman. So, are they going to do it?
Mad Men or Mad Man?
Madman.
Man.
Yeah, Madman.
Singular.
Yeah.
Okay.
You never seen Madman?
No.
I haven't actually.
I've seen part of Mad Men, and then I fell asleep.
No. Don't worry about that. No. It's a superhero thing. Anyway, I'll share that with you later. Anyway, just...
It's a superhero thing, sweetie.
Holy shit, did Marvel accidentally leak that Silver Surfer is... Microsoft. That Silver Surfer... What do you guys think? Is it a swerve, or is this legit?
I think they didn't accidentally leak
No.
anything.
I don't think they ever have.
Yeah, like he
Except for
might
Tom
be
Holland.
in the movie, but I don't think it's an accident, because if it was an accident, Marvel would have been like, okay, get your references off. You have to not change
Yeah.
your social media pictures and handles,
Yeah.
like all this stuff, like take it down.
Marvel Hammer would have come in and been like, stop.
Yeah.
Well, he is doing nothing to deny it. So
Yeah.
Then-
So they might have
Also-
told him you're allowed to start hype for this.
let me just say. That means that the universes are combining. That's what I've been waiting for. This is that moment when I said when they bought the rights back from Fox, and I was waiting for the one that I will in the theater go yes, yes, and I don't give a damn who says anything. Just don't go to Alamo Drafthouse because they frown on that kind of behavior.
Well, I guess they will kick you out because people are there to
for
enjoy the
yelling
movie.
at the screen.
Most movie theaters don't like that kind of behavior.
I don't care. About
Yelling
that.
at this. Oh, fair enough.
Well, there.
At Alamo,
I'm excited.
we respect the
too.
people at Alamo and also respect the fact that we've paid more for this movie and are getting food.
And yes, I am nerd splaining.
Yeah.
God. Nerd. Somebody in the chat's like, is Jason nerd splaining? Yes, I am, okay? Do y'all understand how many times we get like a nerdy thing comes up and people, hey, Jason, let me ask you about this. It's like, what? I am not the freaking encyclopedia for nerd stuff. Though I
You're
do
not?
know. Yeah, I mean, I am.
I mean, we're here to provide context and news and our insights and what information we have, but we are by no means saying that you shouldn't be included in the community.
And I'm not saying, I'm not an expert. I just know a lot of
You
useless
want one of
knowledge.
us to
You
say
do.
you're an expert.
I know
don't
a
you?
lot of useless
He's
knowledge.
fishing.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not an expert.
I can
It's
see
not
that
up
poll.
to me to say that.
No, it's just
I wouldn't say I'm an expert.
Other people might.
Yes.
My cast
they,
members.
they come to me for advice, and I give it to them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't come to you for advice. Not nerd advice.
You shouldn't come to me for that kind of advice. Like, hey, Jason, tell me about this comic book. I'm fine on that. Like, hey, let me ask you a moral question. I'm out.
I mean, like, same with TV shows.
Yeah, my advice is don't listen to Jason on
Yeah,
advice.
that's my
good
advice.
That is
Ooh,
good
that
advice.
is
Yeah.
very good
Thank
advice.
you. I'm the moral center of the show.
I have said I would not
And
do
you are the
this.
center.
Ah,
I have told people I would not do this. I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't do this. But if it were me,
You would have invested your life savings in a million toys.
well.
Oh,
Did it
that's
just
weird.
get real in here?
It just got really
Sorry.
real.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Got
that's
really
great
real in
nerd
here.
news. Great nerd news. Good job, guys. It was a good news cycle. But we do have a topic for this week. Let me go to my actual camera here. But damn children running through here and doing things. So we are approaching the spring and summer. It is con season.
Yes.
Things be happening. We be going to these cons, but you know, a lot of people might be new to it. A lot of people might be a little bit intimidated by it. But we want to give them some of our tips. Like, we're not experts, but we know quite a bit. So,
We've been to a few. We've made all the
few.
mistakes
Learn
we can
from
make.
our mistakes.
and we wanted to share some of the things that we do and just to survive. And I have children that don't understand that a live show is going on. Hold up a second. Get out! Anyway.
What are microphones, even?
Yes. So, con tips.
Con
What
tips.
we do.
Con tips and tricks.
I say y'all go ahead and kick it off because mine are pretty simple. It revolves around food and charging my phone.
Those are good ones. Those are
Those are
really
good
important ones.
But y'all have actually good ones, not just the
You're
basics.
assuming here.
Go ahead. Who's starting it off with the?
Who's starting it off? Kat,
Who
would
has
you like to?
pre-con stuff? Let's kind of go in chronological.
Okay.
Does
So-
anyone have
so we're at home.
pre-con anything?
The
You can do
only
your what to bring.
Yeah, I would say first of all, this is not going to be something that anyone's going to actually do, but this is advice, and I'm also not going to do it. Is to finish your cosplay before 4:00 in the morning, the night before.
That sounds like a good idea.
I don't think I've ever
Should
done
do
that,
that.
in my life, but yes, no, that's a really good idea. It helps you not be stressed out right before the con, and it helps you not have to get 3 hours of sleep after burning your own dress while you're trying to iron it the night before, and then covering over the back of it with tape
What?
and
It was a good night.
painting the front of it, which has never happened to me.
Definitely didn't cry.
Definitely didn't cry.
Who's watching the Facebook chat? Because there's some really good ones from the people there.
I
There
have.
are. Oh, you have one of mine.
Please note that. I really want those. Like, I want everybody's like suggestions,
That
especially from our friend Halo Tunes.
Halo that actually
Yes.
goes in line with mine. So
That
looked-
actually,
we looked-
yes,
one-
I think I have that one as well.
Put your suggestions in the Facebook chat as well.
Yes.
Because this
Or
isn't just
if
us.
you're that one other person in the Twitch chat with me, put your stuff down there too.
Yay!
Be
Um,
included.
All right,
Please.
my list of things to bring, things that I have learned to bring after very many incidents that have gone wrong. All right, first, tiny little sewing kit, including safety pins.
She loves
I love
safety
safety
pins. I
pins.
don't
I
know.
got so excited.
She had a visual reference.
I have a visual reference. There's like 200 safety pins in here, and it was like only $3. And I didn't know that for like a year, and then I went to Walmart and I freaked out. Bring safety pins. Also, a little bit of thread, a needle, some tiny little scissors. All of that helps because if your little flap thing falls apart at the last minute, you can sew it back together, or you can pin it back together. Also, a little bit of glue.
Extraordinarily excited about
So
safety
excited
pins.
about safety pins. A little bit of like super glue or duct tape, and it also depends on your character. For example, I'm doing Roadhog. It would be appropriate if Roadhog was bound together with duct tape. In the case of maybe Kenway, which is one of my other ones, he's a pirate. He wouldn't have duct tape because it was 1600s. So I bring more of like thread and more like glue, things like that. Things that are invisible, and it's a lot easier to do some of those things with glue instead of duct tape or other kinds of tape.
Wow. No, I'm sorry. The chat has some really good
Do they
ones.
really?
Like on YouTube, one from Nerville Entertainment, hand sanitizer.
Yes.
That I thought of that on the way here. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, hand sanitizer.
Facebook
that
and
con crud
YouTube
is
chatters,
real.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Twitch chat, you're disappointing me.
Just
Oh.
just keep going. Just keep going.
Don't let her down, guys.
No, absolutely right. Hand sanitizer, you're going to be touching a lot of people and things, and then you're going to be eating. No.
Microsoft.
Microsoft. Microsoft says no.
Cosplay is
To
not
you,
consent.
not to him.
Cosplay is not consent. Yeah, you're going to be touching a lot of things and then eating. And so you definitely want to bring hand sanitizer. Another wonderful things that a lot of people, I think, at ACON could use is deodorant. Definitely
That is in
use
the chat,
deodorant.
too. Thank you,
Burn.
Halo Tunes.
Deodorant is amazing. Also, things like your phone charger. Also, I bring at least $30 in cash just in case something happens and you really, really need cash. One thing that we learned through an allergy was to bring your own makeup sponge if you're allergic to latex, because a lot of those cheap makeup sponges that they have in Cosplay Hideaway are latex. And
Yours truly had a meltdown, like an anxiety breakdown after using a latex sponge, and my face swelled up. And
it was
like,
bad.
Oh,
You know, you can
I
always
had to
just
miss
bad.
Kevin
bring a
Conroy's
decent
panel.
sponge for the Cosplay Hideaway. You know, maybe they don't know.
That
See?
too. Bring things to the Cosplay Hideaway if you have an issue with it. Probably someone else does too. There's a lot of people
And
at these
label
cons
them.
and label
Latex
them.
free.
Latex free, latex ridden. So much latex in this.
We don't need latex anymore.
Also, a couple of things that, first of all, guys might not think of: extra shoes. Women tend to understand this a lot better because we wear heels and we wear uncomfortable shoes a lot of the time. But
Guys can wear heels too.
Guys
It's
can wear
just
heels.
Less likely.
it's less likely. But those brand new boots that you're so excited about for Soldier 76, they're brand new.
They're
They're
going
going
to
to
kill you.
give you blisters. So just if you come in your own car, just an extra pair of shoes, something like that. Extra pair of socks. Also, contact case. If you're not used to wearing contacts and you're wearing... Come on.
Sorry.
If you're not used to wearing contacts, contact case is an excellent thing to bring.
And eye drops, like contact
drops.
safe eye
And-
drops.
Anything that you are going to be nervous without. I can't be anywhere without my chapstick.
Good tip from the chat on YouTube: sanitation wipes are good for makeup.
Sanitation wipes are also really good for makeup. And water. So much water. Bring water. Drink water. Don't be dehydrated
Drink
at
all the water.
Don't
They
be
have-
dehydrated at the end of the con.
If they're like Anime Fest and Acon, they have water bottles all around
Yes.
the convention, so you can get water for free do not skip your water. You have no excuse. It's free and it's cold.
Especially us here in Texas during the summertime.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
When it is, what's the word I'm looking for? Hellishly hot. So.
Yeah, I think I did Demon with a leather jacket one time in June. And almost got heat stroke.
I always play characters that are inappropriately like dressed for the Texas summer, so I'll play like Morpheus from Sandman in July. It's just black layers on layers on layers, and I'm like, this is so stupid. Why did I do this?
Cool. I like the one from the chat, Tums. Hey, yeah.
Tums.
That's actually
yes.
I had never thought of that.
Because
That's
con
really
food is crap
good.
sometimes.
Well, con food and anxiety, which we're about to get to.
I mean, I'm going to admit, like, I had a hot dog at the Irving Convention Center one time, and I swear I could taste a hoof.
Ooh.
What do hooves taste like, Jason?
Like that hot dog tasted like.
Oh,
I feel like I was there.
The good thing about the hot dogs, all of God's creatures are inside of it.
It's like the Noah's Ark of like lunch foods.
Like, I know
packed with every
there should not be
type of
crunchy
animal.
bits in this hot dog. I'm just sorry, I don't know.
one more
Yeah.
thing I did want to mention. Most conventions, maybe all conventions that I've ever been to, have a cosplay hideaway. A place where you can go, you can take your wig off, you can sit down, and just relax for half a second. And I'll post a picture of this on my Twitter if I can remember. I sew in wig clips to all my wigs so that it's not too tight, it's mostly resting on my head instead of pulling my entire head back. And sewing those in can be a big, big help if you don't want to die.
I like another one from the chat, Band-Aids, which is in the Facebook chat.
Band-Aids,
now,
yeah.
mind you, a lot of this stuff seems
Latex-free
like
Band-Aids.
you're
Latex-free.
carrying a lot of stuff, but some of the cons we go to in the area, you're kind of maybe close to your car or something.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the non-emergency items you can kind of keep out in your car, but
Like the
just
extra shoes, bag,
Exactly.
and stuff like that.
because you're going to be there for 8 hours. That's a long time. Put it out in your car. Hey, I got this thing. I can go out to my car and get it. That's why I always pick costumes. I guess I should do the board camera. I always pick cosplays with pockets. I love pockets. I can put all kinds of stuff in the pockets. I put fruit leather. I put my battery charger in there. Small bottles of whiskey. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Microsoft. They're
That's
gonna
not a
come get
curse
you.
word.
No, but it is bestiality. No, it's not that.
What do you think a pocket is?
I'm talking about pockets. Anyway, I love being able to put stuff in my
Graphic
pockets.
violence.
No.
No.
Like even my recent, my Trevor cosplay that I made sure that I have the pouches. Because I can put stuff in the pouches.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you can, like, cheat with a bag, especially if you can find a character like Star-Lord that actually has a bag, perfect.
Or if you have a buddy. Con buddies are one of the best things that I've ever had. Sometimes you don't have a lot of pockets, but your buddy does. For example, if she was cosplaying Morpheus and I was cosplaying Roadhog. Roadhog has so many pockets everywhere.
Just load her
Morpheus
up with
has
stuff.
0. If you have a buddy, go ahead and ask them, will you carry my cash? Will you
Oh,
carry
your
something?
Kenway. Her Kenway
My
has
Kenway.
like a bag on him, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna
Here
put
you
my
go.
cash in here, and my cat stick, and my
I think
meds.
the absolute worst experience I had with carrying stuff at a con was SDCC. Rob and I are doing interviews, but we've also gone to the Hasbro booth because we got head of the line privileges and bought about like $350 worth of stuff, which I have in 2 bags that I'm carrying. We're carrying the camera equipment, and mind you, by the end of the day, I felt ripped. Because every muscle had been used to carry these 2 bags. I'm like, I'm good. And we're going from interview to interview. I'm carrying the bags of stuff, which probably each bag probably weighed like about 30 pounds. And I'm moving through the con floor. This was a big mistake. But you know what? Those are my toys, so I'm willing to take that effort.
I'm a big advocate of not carrying any more than you have to.
Yeah.
The photographers especially, that equipment gets really heavy, and most people when they're starting out have to fight this instinct not to carry too much equipment. They want to bring all their lenses.
Right.
They want to bring, I mean, you should have extra batteries, but you probably don't need your tripod. Like, just get an idea of what you need to have on you.
Halo Tune said, not nature's pocket guys. If you're talking specifically about guys, then I agree. Don't stick stuff in your butt.
What?
Don't do that.
She put the hashtag butt pocket.
Hashtag
Wow.
butt pocket. No butt pockets. I have had to put stuff in my nature's pocket.
Which, bringing up Fan Expo, the Toy Dojo will have a booth there. I'll need one of you to bring a backpack. Well, both of you to bring a backpack. Just
Yeah.
saying.
I have 4
Bryce,
pockets.
I need you to bring a backpack.
I will have 2 pockets available.
No, I'm gonna need a backpack.
They're not happening.
No.
What are backpacks?
I don't know.
I'm gonna need some help.
What even are bags?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll help you out. We'll help you take it to the car and then go back to hands free.
Toy Dojo is my Transformer crack dealer, and they
Oh,
yes, and they usually have a booth at Fan Expo, and I might have a little bit of extra money, so exactly.
It's gonna be
The
spent on
$3
all of it.
we
No,
earned
y'all
from
are gonna,
YouTube.
no, I think y'all are going to be more judgmental when the guy that runs the Toy Dojo, that he usually comes up here because they're like somewhere in Dallas, when he goes, Jason! And
I mean, we will laugh at you.
yes, well, it's not that. He knows me that well, so.
One last thing on the things to bring with you, at least that I have. And oh, by the way, anxiety trigger. We're going to talk about mental health a little bit, including anxiety triggers. I have anxiety. It is enhanced by certain aspects of con, which we'll talk about in a minute.
High five anxiety.
You know what?
Yay!
You deal however is right for you. I am a huge advocate of having medication. If you take medication for
Absolutely.
anxiety, having a pill or two with you in a place that it would be extremely easy to get it out and take it.
Yep.
Sometimes I don't even need the medication, but I need to know that it's there if things get worse. So just have it somewhere where you can, like a pocket or in a container.
Also, odd tip on that from me. If you don't have a drink, peppermints. Because they make your mouth...
Somebody mentioned in the
watery.
chat about mints. Really?
Yeah, they make your mouth a little... So you can swallow a pill, and you don't have to have a drink with you.
Oh.
It's a lot easier.
to dry swallow pills, which we don't technically endorse doing,
No, but it makes it...
but if you needed to.
if that's absolutely necessary. Also, I use peppermints. You can actually use them as an anxiety helper, an anxiety lessening anxiety.
Mitigate.
Halo
Yeah.
Tunes is on my side in the chat. Toy Dojo is great. Yes, they are.
Halo
Okay.
Tunes was also for the... No, he was against the butt.
No, that's a she, and I'm going to give
She.
Halo a shout out. She actually did an interview at Women of WonderCon for us for Caitlin Deschanel, who was the stunt
Oh, that
actor
was her.
for Wonder
Okay.
Woman. That's
Hi,
her.
Halo.
Yes,
Yes.
she's
Yes.
awesome.
Hello.
She is my friend, and she needs to get over here and join us for Alternate Heads. That's all I want to say, because she's
And in
awesome.
general, because the rest
Yeah.
of us that aren't
You
toy
seem
nerds
cool.
would still like to meet.
So there we go. Halo, we want you on the show. You need
Yeah.
to come join us because we love you.
Join us, please.
Okay, so moving along, do you have anything before the con?
I have nothing before the con. Mine is during con. My stuff is
go
during
for it.
con.
Right.
All right, so just a quick PSA, because I have done this before, and it was the worst moment of my life. The next day, if you are like me and you cosplay a lot of guys and wear a binding shirt, when dressing like these guys, do not sleep in it.
What?
I did that because I got back to my room really late and I could not get to the bathroom because our room was overcrowded. Also, side tip, don't do that. And so I just fell asleep on the floor. And I woke up the next morning like, oh, everything's fine. And I took it off and just went,
What happened? Like,
my boobs hurt so I didn't have any like marks or anything. Like I had some red marks from
just
where
being compressed.
from being compressed, but my boobs were so sore.
One from the YouTube chat. Damn, woman.
Dude,
Like,
We're gonna talk about this.
I had plans to cosplay that day. They are gone. They were gone. Do not do that. I do understand some of it may be body dysphoria, but they do make shirts that are more compressive for sleeping. If that is something that you want to try, look into those, but do not wear your actual binding shirt. They actually do recommend you not to wear those the length that people usually wear them for cons and how people normally wear them in general. Just be very careful with those things because if they're too tight, it's bad.
yeah.
It's fairs.
Is it anything
and
like
stuff.
wearing a corset? Because I did have to get some
Corsets are actually a little safer depending on the brand of binding shirt you get.
I mean, honestly, I did about maybe 2 hours in that one I was in.
Did your back hurt?
It wasn't so much I just wanted to get the hell out of the thing. And like the last few hooks, I was like, I gotta get the hell out of this thing.
Another thing that some people might not know about binding shirts, wear a binding shirt. Do not wear an ace bandage.
Yeah, oh god, do not.
It is harmful. It is a very, very bad idea.
Also in that same vein, and I've had to tell many people this, and I still don't know why, duct tape, don't do it.
What?
Oh, no.
I had
Ooh.
a friend who did drag performing, and they used duct tape, and every show I was like, you really shouldn't, and they're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, okay.
Microsoft.
Sorry, Microsoft, you're gonna phase me anyway.
Yeah.
But
Your entire person is just going to be blurred out.
But ace bandages, duct tape, don't do it. That is way more harmful than sleeping in your binding shirt.
Jesus Christ.
The ace bandage will actually continuously constrict, and people have broken ribs from it.
It's like corsets in the old days.
Yep.
Yeah. Why can't they stand for too long? Because they can't breathe. That's why.
In fact,
That's why.
pay attention to safety recommendations in general.
Yeah.
Like contacts will
yeah.
tell you how long you're allowed / supposed to wear them.
Well,
Don't be like twice that, 3 times that. That's fine.
I do have one for a pre-con thing.
Yeah.
Cosplay test. Take your cosplay and wear it for a day. I did a Strider cosplay for Fan Expo one year, and I bought tabby boots for it, and they were just a half size too small. Which,
Yeah.
when I tested, mild discomfort. After 8 hours of walking around and my feet were just on fire. Test your cosplay before you go out. If you have especially if it's a shoe, walk around in it for a day. Like my boots for Star-Lord that I recently got, I walked around in those all day. They're gonna work.
Good.
But test your footwear, because this is coming from experience. Those tabby boots messed up my feet. And then it's like at one point they were doing the cosplay contest and everybody was dancing on stage. I'm like, I'll just dance with everybody. And it just made it worse. Test your cosplay, ensure that it's going to stay in place, make sure you're going to be comfortable in it. Just wear it for a day, do crap. Who cares if people stare, whatever. Test your cosplay.
I jacked up my knees for months after wearing 6-inch heels for about 12 hours. It was bad. Yeah, my knees hurt for months.
And yes, cosplay is pain, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Remember that some people's feet, including mine, will swell if it gets too hot.
Well, you
So
can walk
remember
around
that
for
about
8
your
hours,
shoes.
and yes, it gets hot in Texas. So.
That is why, pro tip, if you can, buy the shoes locally if you can. If you're getting specialized shoes that are like Sailor Moon boots, for example, okay, those really, you can't really find those locally unless you live in certain places like Japan. But
If you live in Japan.
yeah,
then
if you live in
different story.
Japan,
Thank you for watching our show
Yes.
from Japan.
but like if you're doing
We
like
actually get viewers there, by the way. Yes, we have.
Hi, Japan!
We have
Hi!
demographics in Japan. So
I went to
Heck
Tokyo.
yeah.
It was great. Thank you.
I don't know why, but we do have them.
Nice.
Cool people.
But if you're doing something like Star-Lord or like Jessica Rabbit to go on the girl side with monstrous heels, get them locally. And what I've learned to do is I will walk around for hours because my feet swell as well, and then I will go try on shoes.
Oh, that's good.
And that because, hey, if they can fit my wide feet that have already swelled and they feel fine, guess what might work? It hasn't worked out for me with boots, but
One more thing about feet and that stuff in general. I will be posting over the next week stretching tips on Twitter. One of the main things that you need to stretch is your calf muscles, because walking around is very, very, very difficult on them. It's very hard on them, and I will be...
Especially on those concrete floors.
Yeah, concrete floors with high-impact boots. It's really hard on your feet. And there are a lot of different tips that you can do. There's a lot of different things that you can do to help minimize that damage and help you be able to walk around the next day. And I will be, over the next week, Cass Bradley, KAS_Bradley is my Twitter handle, and I will be posting pictures of how to stretch with different areas of your body to help with that.
Okay, so what other tips do we have so far?
Along the lines of the testing out your cosplay, practice your poses, take a couple of pictures of yourself and see how they look, adjust them. I really enjoy photographing people who take a lot of inspiration from their character. So if your character has like emotes that they do, or victory poses they do, or dances they do, like the Cabbage Patch Roadhog's like.
Little Cabbage Patch. I still need to learn how to sit like him.
Yeah, learn the things from your character and just around that you would want to know, and practice it until you can do it in the mirror without like looking in the mirror during the pose.
Yep.
So that you'll know that you nailed it.
Yep.
When people like me are like, "Can we take a picture of you? You're
look
so cool."
You look so cool. Yeah.
I also have another on the cosplay side, prop wise. Ensure your props are light,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but also ensure that your props have a place to be that's not in your hands. Like when I do Snake Eyes, I have holsters for every weapon, my sword, my knives. I have a place to put them so that my hands are free. With Star-Lord, I have the little holsters to put my guns in, so I'm not carrying them around the whole time. So ensure that your props have a place to be, even if it's something like just a little Velcro strip that you can attach it to. So it's like, it's safe, it's secure, but always have a place to put your prop. Now, mind you, if you're doing like Ruby and you've got that big ass scythe, good luck.
I'm thinking like that would be hard, yes.
But if you have like, say, the Roadhog, we have the hook and everything. Maybe just put like a little Velcro thing. I tape it off. It's attached to my belt. I don't have to hold it the whole time I'm there, or put it down and forget it.
Well, sometimes like counterweighting things can be good enough. Sometimes the weapons will have a natural, like Roadhog's hook is going to be super light, but she could just hang it like a necklace around her. My Kratos swords that I have are counterweighted with the chains, so if I want to, I can just sling them over my shoulder. That's and good. The weight of the chains will hold it in place. So some of them, it might not be super practical to have a holster per se, but yeah, it's a really good idea to be able to walk around hands-free. You're going to want to do that. You're not going to want to carry it all day.
Especially if you buy stuff like me.
So. Or have a costume that works without that prop, so you can throw the prop in your car if you get tired of carrying it after a couple
If you're going
hours.
to an after party, or you want to do just something else in general.
I'm all about storage for my props.
That's a good tip.
That is
I approve.
a very good tip.
Thank you.
Good job.
Golf clap.
Golf clap.
No, I said it was good. That's all you get.
Oh.
What else do we have?
I have one for during the con real quick.
Yeah.
For the love of God, take a bath. Like, I know that kind of goes in with deodorant, but I'm mostly focusing with Texas and Georgia because those are the cons I'm used to going to. So hot and sweaty and in the middle of summer.
Yep.
If you even if you don't cosplay that day, if at any point your skin was glistening with sweat, you have to take a shower that night, or a bath, or however you prefer to bathe.
Both. I have to shower when I get home, and then I get up in the morning, and I want to do it again just to feel fresh to put on my makeup. But yes, please.
Please, whether you have a room at the hotel or not, when you go home and you are planning to be in public the next day, especially the con, please bathe. I do understand that there are certain costumes that are going to still cause con-funk problems. Like I've worn Phoenix Wright before, and that's a 3-piece suit in summer in Texas, and my wig is basically bathroom caulk and craft foam. So nothing breathes except my face and my hand.
None of that sounds great.
On the upside, if there's a sudden downpour, my wig won't move. So there's that.
Yay!
But nothing breathes. I'm going to get hot very quickly if I move at all. So at some point I am going to start to stink. It's inevitable. But I will be taking a shower that night, and the shirt that I was wearing will not be worn again the rest of the con. I think that actually may be where some of the con funk is coming from, is people have brought...
A couple days. And
they've brought 3 different suits, for example, or they've brought 3 different costumes that can use the same undershirt. and they just use the same undershirt. I've done that once because I signed up for something and I forgot about it and I had to use that shirt.
Yeah.
That was also the year that Akon had Lush Cosmetics there at the
What?
con. Yeah, Lush had a booth there one year and it was the best smelling con ever because
You should always have
more than
a
one
booth.
person, because that was also the year they started selling their Gorilla perfumes in like actual big spray bottles. More than one person was running up to them and buying like 5 of them and just like carpet bombing con funk areas,
See,
which not the best idea for people with allergies, but I would rather be sneezing than dying of the smell of con funk.
I'm going to be a little
That feels
bit
so
more unmerciful on this as I take the camera. Let me tell y'all something. I'm tired of this fucking stereotype. I'm
Microsoft's coming for you.
tired of the stinking nerd stereotype. There is a shower. There is some soap. It ain't expensive. You wash your taint. Wash your ass. Stop. I want this stereotype to end. You know who you are. You know who you are. I know you can smell. I'm tired of it. Clean yourself. Thank you.
And
I'm done.
And Halo did bring up something very important involving con funk.
Whatever.
Artists and vendors are stuck behind their table. Like, I can just run away from the con funk. Artists and vendors, they have to stay there and smell your stink. And it's not pleasant, and they don't care if you buy anything or not at that point. They just want you to leave. Because they're dying. They are literally dying.
I want this stereotype to go away. I do. I do.
Yeah.
Stop calling us smelly nerds. I want it to go away.
I've never been called a smelly nerd.
Well, there's other people that do.
That's because you have a pretty face.
But also, I can't dispute it fully.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh, I have one thing kind of along the same lines. Skincare. Dudes, especially,
Dudes.
are not
Oh,
used to
God.
wearing makeup a lot of the time.
Oh.
So they get home and they just like wash their face with Irish Spring or whatever. And they're like, oh, that's good. Invest in like coconut oil is magic for taking off makeup.
God,
Just
or
Coconut oil,
baby lotion.
and then or baby oil, baby lotion, and then
the-
just make sure you take a hot shower afterwards. To,
On
like,
that note, you did put makeup on me tonight for the first
it
time.
was
You
a
look
dusting
so
of
much better.
powder.
What?
It looks so...
Guys, they put
You're
makeup
not
on.
shiny.
Yeah, you
I
actually look really
put
nice.
mattifying powder on his T-zone, and that was it.
What the hell is a T-zone? Okay, then. All right. What do I do to get this crap off?
For you, you just have to take
Take
a
a
wet
shower.
cloth and
You
Okay.
know, you literally like could take a paper towel.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Just,
No
like,
one's ever, like, done the thing or whatever you
I
did.
didn't ask permission either. Like we
No,
talked
you
about
didn't.
it last week, and this week I was like, "This is gonna be fine." Walked up, look at me, and we're done.
And as I cringed, like, what are you doing to me?
He's like, "Is it gonna hurt?" Put
He's
these
not
hands
saying
in,
it's gonna
Jason.
hurt.
If you are in the entertainment industry, you need to get used to this.
yeah.
I'm not in the entertainment.
You know who else wears makeup? Bo Burnham. Comedian.
A real man.
Yeah.
I
don't
don't know
know.
what that is.
He's like
Anyway,
12.
Okay,
Back to con tips.
we need to quick fire some of our last ones because we can't be on too much longer.
Oh, I got one to add. Guys, you're gonna be taking pictures with your phone. You're gonna need your phone. Just get a cheap not a cheap one. I say get about a $50 battery charger.
Or one of
A
those
small
Mophie
one.
packs.
Just keep it with you. Or
They're
if
so-
you get the backpack and everything with all the charger and everything, get
They're
one of
so
those.
nice.
So you're not like searching for an outlet or like these people that find an outlet at a con and just sit by the outlet for like an hour or so. Just get one of those small battery chargers. I have one. It's good for about 4 charges over a day. They're indispensable. Get one so your phone is available to you and you're not at a disadvantage on that.
Definitely.
Another quick fire. If you are in a group, find a meeting place. Get a place that if your phones are dead or your phones are not working, get a place that you will meet if you get split up. Also, find a place like Cosplay Hideaway or outside
In the shade.
outside in the shade, especially in Dallas. There's a graveyard outside. It's really nice.
Weird.
We took a bunch of beautiful pictures there.
She was playing a character called Death, so.
Seemed appropriate. It's really nice. Just hang out outside, just so you can decompress. Yeah, that one. The other one that I had was protein bars. Super helpful, and essential oils. if you have anxiety, you can train your mind, and I'll talk about this more on Twitter, you can train your mind to have a certain scent to calm you, and that is super helpful for one of these. You just have a little essential oil in your pocket, take it out, smell it for a second, and you're calm again. I will talk about that on Twitter. It's super helpful.
Mine is lavender.
Mine is also
Pavlovian
lavender
technique
and peppermint.
to, like, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Along those
Mine's pork
lines,
rinds.
know your triggers. Why did you say?
Pork rinds.
Pork rinds are also very helpful.
Look at the sneer on Kat.
I'm just done.
Same.
I was like, let's have a wholesome conversation. Jason train wrecked it.
Pork rinds are delicious.
If you can find me
They're
an essential
disgusting.
oil that's pork
Thank you.
rinds,
They're
Thank
gross. Those and
find me pork
Funyuns,
rinds in
like-
a bottle.
Okay, so know your triggers for anxiety and pay attention to what your body's telling you. Sometimes you have weird triggers. I'm triggered by smells and by heat and by cottonmouth and by like 9 different things.
I am triggered by a feeling of not being able to leave, and in cons, especially if you're in lines, that can be pretty intense. Honestly, if you tell people around you, for the most part, they will be cool about it. They will give you some space. They will hold your hands. Nerds are they're amazing people.
A lot of them are. If someone's making you uncomfortable, though, that's another factor, and pay
Yeah.
attention to it, and be aware that being hungry, exhausted, and dehydrated will enhance your triggers and be that much more likely to trigger a panic attack or an anxiety incident or whatever. So get some sleep, drink some water, and, you know,
Eat a protein bar or some fruit leather.
schedule a lunch and a break
Yes.
and
Eat.
take it and
Eat.
get off site, even if you just walk out of the con for a few minutes. That's all I had.
Also, if you are being harassed in any way, which can happen in cosplay, women, men, I don't care. Don't be afraid to scream your face off
And find me.
and find Jason.
Or tell
Yes.
tell them first, like, you're
Tell
making
them,
me uncomfortable.
You're making me uncomfortable.
if possible. If not, just get out.
Yeah.
Or find me. I like justifiable rage.
Well, I wanted to say SCNS Live, if you guys are comfortable, will be around the cons.
What
Let
con
us
are we
help
gonna
you
be
if we
around?
need.
What
Fan
are-
Expo is next weekend, and we will be there.
We will
it's
be
gonna
there.
be great.
Find us if you need us. None of us are
Or
afraid.
find us if you want to do something goofy on camera.
That
Yes, we're going to
Yeah.
be doing goofy stunts all weekend.
I am 5'4", and I will take on any man that is
Person.
harassing you. Any person that is harassing you, I will take them on.
She's a little ball of anger, and I'm
Little
a taller
tiny
ball of anger.
And Jason is a fair-sized ball of anger.
I'm
Oh,
really
I'm
good at
angry.
crying on command.
Are you?
You
If
can
I'm
cry on command.
if I am in a very stressful situation like that, I can cry on command.
I have the look of death, as everyone says, like the one that makes everybody say, "Okay, the games are over. I'm just going to walk away."
Is
now."
it your metal face? I used to have a metal concert
I don't
face
know.
that I would employ to
Everybody-
run through
Cora,
crowds.
you know which one it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I've seen
the if you don't stop,
Yeah.
I'm gonna murder you
The
face.
Dunzo
That's
face.
Samuel
like,
Jackson.
Yeah, and like take resting bee face and amplify it, and that's what that look is.
But yeah,
Nice.
if something is going on, find any member of SCNS. We will be
And
happy.
we will gladly help you out.
We will be happy to
Or
help you
more
out.
than
or
happy.
tell you who
Or,
can.
or laugh.
Yeah,
or
or-
laugh while I'm putting someone in a chokehold.
Oh yeah.
Or
And taking
laugh
video
harder.
of it.
Or laughing harder if someone puts you in a chokehold.
Or pretend to be your best friend.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh my
So
god,
those things-
there you are! Let's get out of
Yeah,
here!
exactly.
I actually did have an.
Just give us the look, and we know.
I had a weird incident where this girl was getting harassed by a guy at a con, and I don't know why she pegged on me, but she instantly went like, "Oh, hey, honey, where you been? What did you find? What you were looking for?" And I'm like, "Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah, I went
Yeah.
over to this booth over here." And she's all like, and this guy who was sitting there, I noticed, he finally kind of walked away, and she was like, "Thank you." I was
I've
like,
done that.
Yeah.
I was like, I had no idea what the hell was going
Yeah,
on,
dude.
but I'm like, I think I know what's going on.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
might
just
even
gonna
want to work
play-
out a signal if
I'm
you're
just
there
gonna
as
play
part of the group.
along with it. But at the time, I was like, I don't. Yeah, girl, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we have a signal for that. Are you ready? Has the camera on me? You want to know what the signal is? Ha! You all looked.
Yes! Love it.
Jason's just done.
I haven't seen a face palm that hard since Picard.
I haven't got it in that scope yet. That you broke new ground with me now. Damn.
Truly though, truly.
Talked about that in forever.
Are you gonna punch me after
We
the
should
show?
make that the signal
Yes.
though.
Okay.
If you need one of us, do this.
Look at us and do that, because I also just use that.
But we do plan on being out
So-
at Fan Expo. But besides
We'll be there.
the downer stuff, when we go to Fan Expo, we like to shoot the cosplay red carpet. So if you are on the cosplay red carpet, I can guarantee you will be in the video with your cosplay shown. And we try to get that one up as soon as possible. It's usually the first one I try to get edited out. So if you are doing the cosplay red carpet, know that you will be on our video. Look for that probably either the same day or next day. I promise I work hard on that video, mainly because I like people to see their cosplay on that. And if you're attending the cosplay contest, you'll be in that video too. So look for those on our channel.
We'll have
What-
several photographers at the con. I'm a
and
photographer.
we've got
Ricardo's a photographer.
Bryce is going to be at the con. He'll be taking some photos.
He
so.
does really good live
So you
photos
want to make
as
sure you
well.
go like our page, facebook.com/SCNS
Hey, look
Live.
at that.
Hey.
Oh,
Subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/SCNS
And
Live.
subscribe to our channel.
And also, go ahead and click notifications while you're at it. I know it's a pain, but
We will
YouTube
be,
is being a jerk.
Also, we will be at the con. We will be doing funny videos.
Oh, yes.
All weekend long. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. We're going to be in cosplay, as well as Jason. Ricardo, I don't know, but Bryce
he's
is
going to
going
be
to
at WrestleMania.
Oh, Ricardo's right. But Bryce will be
is
there.
doing
Bryce, I
cosplays.
believe, is also going to be in cosplay. It's going to be
That's
so
for
much
nerds.
fun.
You know.
I may be there one day in cosplay if I get all my stuff moved in.
Yay!
Everyone go help her move. Everyone. Just kidding.
You might get a slice of pizza.
Maybe.
One.
And a third of a beer.
Just one, it'll be that
Third of a
big.
beer.
All right, is that
No beer enters my home. You'll get a drop of vodka.
fair?
Hey! That's fair. Beer is disgusting.
Exactly.
All right, thank you everyone for sharing your tips and
Yeah, good.
talking to us.
Thank you
and
guys in the chat.
Thank
you guys
you
were awesome.
so much. Y'all were so helpful.
You guys.
You guys.
You
can say
glaze.
Y'all? I was like,
Y'all.
Y'all
Well,
were
we
great.
are down here in the South, so y'all is appropriate.
Yeah.
All
Look
right,
at this
all right.
All right.
Anyway, that is the end of the show. Make sure you come out and check us out at Fan Expo. Like I said, subscribe to all of our channels.
Where
and
can they
everything.
find us?
Twitch.tv/SCNS Live. Twitter, of course, at SCNS Live. Facebook.com/SCNS Live. And YouTube.com/SCNS Live.
Look at that branding.
And where can they find us individually,
You
Jason?
can see it on the screen right now. Jason the X at Jason the X on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you go and follow me.
You can find me at Cass_Bradley. That is KAS. It is also on the screen, I hope.
It
You
is.
can find me.
It
You can
is.
find me on Twitter and Instagram under those handles. Cat.
You can find me on Instagram at Better Cats and on Twitter at Tweotch Bad Moon, I guess. Yeah.
Right. You can find me on Instagram at Korodono, KRODONO. It's right down there.
It's there.
You can also find me on Twitter at Hawks Perch, where I just scream into the void about Suikoden, and that's it.
You switched our names.
I know. I was hoping no one would catch I did that.
Cool.
Jason.
I know.
We're different people.
It's one word. Okay, whatever. I
It's
know.
one letter.
It's a letter. Okay,
One
there we
letter
go.
difference.
I messed up.
All right.
I actually noticed at the same time you did.
Fair enough. All right.
What's
All right, everyone. From all of us here at SCNS Live, thank you so much for watching, and remember to keep on nerding.